detectives believe that the ATK and the 1200 worked together to target Jones as part of an ongoing feud in Jacksonville.
A rapper unknowingly documented his own death, step by step, through Instagram stories. What was supposed to be a birthday party turned into a setup. And the man behind it? You already know his name. This wasn't just rap beef. This was a war years in the making. One mother lost her son, and another laughed at the loss. This story isn't just about Foolio. It's about silence, betrayal, and a city torn apart by revenge. A $10,000 hit, a faceless confession, a deleted livestream, and a diss track dropped just hours after the killing. This isn't drill rap, it's the blueprint for murder. And it's all on record. Jacksonville rapper Young and Ace was arrested by Jacksonville Beach Police. His name has been known in Jacksonville for a long time. In the background, someone can be heard asking if everything is clear in the back. They mention needing to move there and bring the camera along. Today, police records related to the passing of Foolio were officially released to the public. According to those documents, a street informant claimed that Foolio was targeted because Young and Ace allegedly offered $10,000 to have him dealt with. A man, who chose to keep his identity completely hidden, stepped forward in connection with the shocking events surrounding Foolio's death. Though he did not reveal his face or name, his voice was firm and unapologetic in a statement that would later become a major part of the case. On Everything I Love, I was the one who handled Foolio the night of his birthday party, the man said. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna show my face or tell you who I am, but you need to understand I did it. There was money on that man's head. Real money. 10 grand. And Young and Ace, he's the one who put it there. According to him, the tension between Foolio and Young and Ace had been boiling for a long time. Ace was tired of Foolio talking crazy, always running his mouth, always dissing online. He had enough. So he came to me and told me it was time. Told me straight up slide. And that was it. I stay in Jacksonville heavy. I move around. I know the streets. I rock with Ace and his people. So I took care of it. That's all there is to it. No face. No name. But I did what had to be done. This confession, although anonymous, was deeply troubling for investigators. It confirmed something they had long suspected. This was not just some spontaneous street beef. It was a planned hit with money behind it. It pointed to something organized, calculated, and deeply connected to the ongoing music-related rivalries in Jacksonville. But that was not the only thing the police found. As part of their digital investigation, authorities managed to recover a deleted live stream from Young and Ace's social media page. In it, his own mother was seen mocking Foolio shortly after the news of his death went public. Though the exact timing of the video was unclear, the tone of it raised eyebrows. In the now-deleted footage, she is seen talking to the camera, laughing, and appearing to reference Foolio directly in a joking manner. Her words and attitude shocked many who saw the clip before it was taken down. Some viewed it as a mother defending her son. Others believed it added fuel to an already burning fire. To law enforcement, it was a crucial piece of evidence. It showed that this situation may have run deeper than just two young men going back and forth online. It involved family, loyalty, money, and silence. The live stream, paired with the anonymous confession, gave police a much clearer picture of what had happened behind the scenes. It also showed that this was not just about music. It was about pride, power, and revenge, and Foolio, tragically, was caught in the middle of it all. "You are my best friend," she said. "Y'all know what's going on, stop playing with us. Talia, tell your boy to get ready. Everyone just got Foolio. Chill, chill, chill." The police report also revealed that Young and Ace's friend had evidence on his phone that had never been released before. One key piece of evidence was a photo from his phone showing a bottle of Don Julio, taken a day after Foolio's death. According to detectives, this was meant as a disrespectful reference to Foolio. This, along with group chat messages between ATK members and another affiliated bloc, gave the authorities enough reason to link ATK to the crime. Detectives also noted that several members were part of or connected to rival groups known as ATK and 1200. Foolio, also known as Jones, was associated with the 6th block. Investigators believe ATK and 1200 worked together to target him due to an ongoing feud in Jacksonville. Because of these findings, the head sheriff of Jacksonville, TK Waters, sent a direct message to Young and Ace and his crew. Local news reported. Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters issues a message to Young and Ace and ATK after Foolio's suspected killers were caught. Young and Ace has been on law enforcement's radar for years. We are always keeping an eye on those groups, the sheriff said. I won't speak on TPD's investigation, but while we do not have an open case on him at this moment, he cannot move through Jacksonville without us knowing. That is for the safety of our community. According to the newly released police files, Young and Ace was reportedly told by one of the people he hired to go after Foolio. The documents even describe what Foolio said in his final moments and much more. But to truly understand everything, we need to go back and look at the full details from this shocking police report. The file begins. Julio Foolio, born June 21, 1998, was ambushed by rival street affiliates early Sunday morning in Tampa, Florida. What should have been a weekend of birthday celebrations turned into something tragic, thanks in part to social media and enemies tracking his every move. That morning, Foolio had rented out an Airbnb and soon posted updates on his Instagram story. He wrote, "Pool party starts around 5 or 6. If you already got the address, pull up. If not, DM me or message Fio booking. I'll drop the location." In videos, he could be seen arriving in Tampa, hyping the party, and inviting everyone to join. But that decision turned out to be a major mistake. Foolio was constantly posting updates inside the Airbnb, showing who was there and exactly what was happening. These clips quickly made their way into an iMessage group chat shared by 6 people allegedly involved in his death. Without realizing it, Foolio was giving his enemies a real-time map of his movements. About an hour later, the police were called to the Airbnb. The landlord had been notified and kicked Foolio and his friends out. Foolio, undeterred, went back online and posted his next location, a flyer for a nearby club, which openly displayed the address. Once he arrived at the club, Foolio updated Instagram again, saying, "I'm in the upstairs lounge. We came deep for my birthday, 20 of us lit wherever we go." The police report noted how rare it is for someone with a street background to post so openly online. But what Foolio did not know was that Young and Ace had been quietly working on this setup for over a year. In fact, just a month before Foolio died, Young and Ace had done an interview talking about the beef in Jacksonville. He said both sides were thinking about coming together to release a song to stop the violence. "Even though I said what I said," Ace explained, "me and Jay Breezy were supposed to do a Stop the Violence track. We talked about it. My cousin even reached out to him. He said he's with it. I'm with it. We just trying to fix things for the kids." But according to the police files, ATK allegedly faked the peace effort just to trick Foolio into lowering his guard. That plan worked. Foolio ended up posting more than 40 Instagram stories that night, revealing every step he took. Once Foolio mentioned being in the upstairs lounge, the group chat went into action. His enemies quickly began coordinating, gathering to plan the next move and figure out where exactly he was. When Foolio and his crew eventually left the club, they all met up in the parking lot. Foolio's manager found a nearby hotel, the Holiday Inn, just down the road. That would be the next and final stop. After Foolio and his crew made it to the Holiday Inn, things were calm at first. But that peace did not last long. Witnesses say 2 cars pulled up, packed with street members, and chaos broke out. They opened fire in the parking lot while 3 others jumped through the bushes with one clear mission: find Foolio and carry out the plan. At exactly 4:38 a.m., 3 people stepped out of a vehicle and started walking toward the hotel. In the gunfire that followed, 3 other people were also hit, but somehow survived. A nearby video shows how the group quietly got into position before the ambush began. Soon after news of Foolio's death spread online, Young and Ace released a new song. According to media reports, the track was called "Do It," and it was a direct diss aimed at Foolio, dropping just hours after his passing. One of Young and Ace's closest friends even posted an old tweet from King Von that read, "Game over. We won, stupid." It turned out that Young and Ace already had this song sitting in the vault, just waiting for the moment. In the track, he remixed lyrics from Foolio's own song, "When I See You." Foolio had once rapped, "Went out to eat on his birthday." For hit, 3 passed in the worst way. In a dark twist, Young and Ace flipped those lines, saying, "For in the car, one of them gone, 3 got hit on Foolio's birthday." To the police, this was a red flag. It gave them a clear direction on where to start investigating. But things did not stop there. A week later, Foolio's mother came forward, saying she had been targeted 8 different times, and she pointed the finger directly at Young and Ace. According to reports, she was not involved in anything. She had worked as a nurse and lived a quiet life. But when officers showed up after one of the attacks, they asked, "Ma'am, who did this?" She allegedly responded, "Young and Ace." At the time, Young and Ace was on supervised release, so his probation officer told him to come in. Authorities were now preparing to arrest him for being involved in the attacks on Foolio's mother. This showed that ATK did not just want Foolio, they were allegedly coming for his family too. But this would also be the moment when someone inside ATK gave up major information. A member came forward and told investigators why Foolio had been targeted in the first place. It all went back to ATK Mitch, a member of the group who was killed in 2022. In April of that year, police pulled Foolio over in a Dodge Durango for having illegal window tint. During the stop, they searched his vehicle and asked for his name. Once he said who he was, they immediately cuffed him and took him to the station. One officer said, "Look, I didn't want to bring this up, but some detectives want to talk to you about Mitch." Foolio asked, "How long is this going to take?" The officer replied, "Depends on you. They just want to ask what you know." During the questioning, Foolio said that Mitch used to come by his mom's house and show support. When asked what he knew about Mitch's death, Foolio claimed he found out while he was in Miami. He said, "I saw it on Instagram. Everybody was posting about Mitch." Detectives started putting things together. They wanted to know how close Foolio was to Mitch, how they knew each other, and where Foolio was at the time Mitch was killed. One detective said, "I'm the lead on your friend's case. Mitch, I just need to know what your relationship was like. How long did y'all know each other?" Even though the detectives had no solid proof, they believed Foolio knew more than he was saying. They tried to push him, but Foolio kept claiming he knew nothing. They said, "If you can call his mom, that means you probably want her to have some answers too." Still, Foolio insisted, "I don't know who did it. I was not there. I was in Miami. People just said, 'Little brother,' that's it. I didn't do anything." Even while denying involvement with ATK Mitch's death, detectives asked why so much crime was connected to Foolio's music. They suspected the lyrics and the lifestyle were all tied together. During the interrogation, detectives were clearly getting frustrated with Foolio's silence. One of them asked, "Do you think your music, or the way you express yourself through it, had anything to do with what happened to Mitch?" Foolio replied calmly, "No. Because even before I started rapping, things like this were already happening. You can't blame my music for something like this." The officer tried again, asking, "Do you think the back and forth between you and others in your songs could have triggered anything?" Foolio shook his head. "A song can't make someone do something," he said. Foolio was following the street code, staying silent even when the feds strongly believed he was involved. But this silence would eventually lead to his downfall. As the feds began connecting the dots, they realized Foolio's death was no random attack. And that meant someone from ATK was talking. Not long after, Young and Ace posted a cryptic message online. "Ain't no such thing as ATK no more. That stuff is done with." He even uploaded an Instagram video of himself seemingly running away from the situation, saying, "Don't say you ATK when it's time to pay for lawyers, but y'all not around when it's time to ride. Folks talking, but they ain't stepping. They just talk. I ain't got time for that." Shortly after, Young and Ace went live again, this time speaking on Foolio's death. He tried to act like they were friends, using a mocking but casual tone, almost as if trying to fool the police by appearing innocent. "What I think about Foolio? That's sad, twin," he said. Y'all boys need to leave the streets alone. It's wild because me and him, we was cool at one point. I was just telling him, bro, stay low. You got people who care about you. I really told him that. But the police were not buying any of it. They later released new evidence showing that Young and Ace had allegedly paid 5 hitmen to carry out the hit. Their names, Alicia, Isaiah, Sean, Rashad, and Devon. Investigators believed that Young and Ace was not just involved, he was the mastermind behind the whole thing. That is why law enforcement began canceling his concerts one by one, to cut off his money and stop him from affording legal help. Young and Ace was frustrated and confused. I don't know how they're doing it, but every time I book a show, they cancel it. I do not even live in Jacksonville, but they cancel all my shows. Tampa? Gone. Virginia? Gone. Gainesville and Daytona too. Why y'all trying to mess with my money and my life just because of what y'all think I got going on? Then something strange happened. DJ Academics predicted all of this. He even told Young and Ace directly that he could be next. Whack 100 said you're next. Academics told him. Young and Ace looked stunned. Why would you say that, bro? Why wish that on me? Academics explained, I don't think he meant it as a wish. He meant that now that Foolio is gone, people might come after the next big name. That might be you. Young and Ace responded, I have lived my whole life not to let anyone get the upper hand on me. I'm not letting it happen now. Finally, the police report revealed something important. Years ago, Foolio had actually tried to take out Young and Ace. It did not go as planned. Young and Ace was the only one who survived. So in the end, Foolio's death was not just part of the street beef. It was the final chapter of a war that had been going on for years. While all this chaos was unfolding, Foolio's brother tragically lost his life in a car. At the hospital, Foolio ended up paying over $1,000 to get a video from a nurse who was there during his brother's final moments. In the footage, the nurse is trying to help. I'm trying to get to him, trying to open the door, she says. I'm pushing on it, telling him, I got you, bro. He was wearing a brown shirt. He told me he couldn't move. I tried to check his pulse. It was heartbreaking. Later, the police shared their final statement in the case files and revealed what they believed started all of it. According to them, the root cause was the music. You know, this drill rap, it's everywhere now, even down here, said one officer. At first, I thought it was just a Chicago thing. But no, we got drill rappers here too. And honestly, we try to push them out. Some of them already know they can't live here anymore. The detectives mentioned a specific track that stirred everything up. There was a song that sampled that old Vanessa Carlton song, 8,000 Miles. You know, the one everyone knows and sings along to. The rap version of the song was used to diss people, real people from Jacksonville, and not just random names. They mentioned 5 or 6 actual individuals in that song. People who lost their lives. People with families who are still grieving. Mothers, fathers, siblings, all affected by it. They think it's just music, but it's deeper than that. It hurts real families. The detectives called drill music nonsense, but admitted it carries power. Power that can lead to real violence. Backhand index pointing out if you're a Foolio fan. Leave a like on the video. Speech balloon and comment below. Who do you think was truly responsible for everything that happened?